Today is the beginning of the end and the start of a new beginning. Time has come to redefine yourself and let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will be free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you are the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a I don't give a fuck.
Woo! What's going on? Well, that was that's like a big elephant grunt there. Is it warm there? It is warm. It is warm. It is not as bad as it was a couple of days ago. It was like just humid and nasty. What's up, Gary? What's up, John? David Foster is in the house. I should really retire that. Garfield, what's up? Sorry, no lasagna for you today. No lasagna. It probably is. Because once again, I used my microphone for something else and forgot to go in and turn it off. Yeah. What? I lost subs? Those bastards. Yeah, it needs to cool down. It really, my electric bill because of the AC is just, it hurts. All I'm saying, it hurts. Okay. You sound disappointed in that, Kevin. We do need 2 more subs to get back to. I lost 2 subs. How did I do that? Wait, 199. So I need 1 more. Let me go create another account real quick. Joseph Clave. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe they enjoyed the gaming stuff, so they went and decided to go over to the gaming. I left VMix for Derek. Thank you, John. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys. I hope everybody's been having a good week so far. It's Tuesday. I got a lot of work done today. Hey, look, those guys know a lot more about vMix than I do, right? So if you're wanting to learn some vMix, you can go watch them. I'm not talking about vMix today. I did some cool stuff today. Some cool graphics. Yeah, Joseph, I'm doing it again. It's like 8 o'clock and I'm drinking an energy. It's a curse. I do have a Twitch. I do have a Twitch. I need to change that to Twitch TV. What the what do you mean what the what's up? What's up there, David? I guess I got to change that goal. I got to go in and change my goal. Yes. Yes. That much caffeine at 8. Yeah. I could take that off now. I got to go in and set a timer on those. Watch me drink the caffeine. I want to give a kind of a special shout out. She probably isn't even watching, but to my girlfriend, Tara. You know, not a lot of girlfriends or significant others will probably really unless they're into it, doing content creation. And she's very supportive of it. So thank you, Tara. Awesome. 66. Scripting or doing a content. Yeah. I'll eliminate 10 inputs of my production by using scripting. That is something I may tackle at some point in my life, but maybe not. Because I'm terrible coder. I'm not a coder. I push pixels around. Sometimes coding, it hurts my brain. I am Grim Skull, the super awesome pixel pushing samurai. What's up, Jason? I am a graphic designer, motion graphic artist, a video explainer. Yeah. Make sure you explain it like I'm a 10-year-old or in the 3rd grade or something like that. Welcome to my channel where I try to talk about graphic design stuff, demonstrate graphic design stuff, but inevitably end up squirreling. If you are new here or lurking and you notice there's a lot of blue names here, it's because I got a lot of great content creator friends who also, are my mods because not because they want to be, it's because I tricked them into it. You're moving to Japan? I was born in Japan. Where in Japan? Where are you going? Yokohama. I was born on the island of Okinawa in Naha at Ryukyu Air Base. I did go back for about 15 minutes one time when I was in the Air Force and was flying back and forth. I'm a military brat. My dad was in the Air Force, so that's why I was made in Japan, but I'm not necessarily. I could claim dual citizenship and all that stuff. You're welcome. It was my honor to serve. No thanks is necessary. I volunteered. But I went back. I spent my first marriage. I went on my honeymoon to Tokyo. That was fun. If you've never been to Tokyo, it is a trip. I was just getting to that, but then somebody said they were moving to Japan, and that just threw me right off. Right off. I looked at that. I looked at that, and I was like,
I don't give a fuck.
yeah, it's a double shot. They didn't have the triple shots in stock, so yeah, I had to settle for that. Kevin Marguerite said, the titles mean nothing, David. And I was like, the titties mean everything. Because I didn't read it as titles. Take out the L. I'm a dude. So they mean things. So yes, we are going to do a little bit of animation. Just how to bring a little bit of motion to a graphic. The squirrel thing comes from Envato Elements. They got a lot of cool stuff. I gotta see if they could sponsor me. You know? Ghost energy. Ooh. Ghost energy. I have heard of Blender. Yes, in fact, I have it downloaded. I have that and Cinema 4D. Why doesn't he have me do alerts? I do know how. Just anytime I start trying to make alerts, David changes his graphics. So we are going to take this. We're going to take this and just do a little bit of animation. The first thing I did was I separated this file into layers. I've got the cape on its own layer. I've got the hero and his shadow on his own layer. The top of the building. There's some flares. There's the city. We got some stars going on, and then the background element. So I'm going to bring this in. To After Effects. I have to remember where I saved it. Where did I save it? File, save as. Yeah, that's where I thought I saved it. I'm going to go to the Bone Factory. We're going to save it in my stills folder. There we go. Hero City. There we go. Go back to After Effects. Double click. I'm going to import it. We're going to go get to our TFM stills. Hero City. I'm going to bring this in as a composition retaining the layer files. Message retracted. I missed it. What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe? Dr. Energy in the house. Thank you guys. Thank you, all of you guys, for coming to hang out with me. I appreciate it. So it brings all this into kind of a full size, its native dimensions. I'm going to go to the composition, the settings. I'm going to change it to the 1920 by 1080, HTTP 1080, 30 frames per second. I'm going to create a null object. I do have a Discord, but I don't really use it. I have a Gilded, and I don't use it. Hell, it's hard to the places I'm on. I'm trying to think of what's a, yeah. He knows Discord. No, Discord is not now called Gilded. They are two separate programs. I am going to parent all these to that null object. Then with that null object, I'm going to scale it. Scale it up a bit. Now, bringing these over, obviously it causes some issues with blending. So if I go to my moon, it's got that big halo around it. I'm going to go and separate that. So I'm going to go back to my file there, my file. And there's a big halo around it. I'm going to go turn that off in my Illustrator file. I'm going to save that, and that will automatically carry back over to. There we go. And I've got these little flares that also have this kind of nasty look on them. We're going to go and get rid of that. In fact, we're just gonna turn them off. We're not even gonna use them because we can we'll recreate something like that within the program. Because we can. I'm gonna take first off. We're gonna do something with the cape. We want to animate the cape. There's a few ways we can do that. We could use a wave warp. But as you see, that doesn't quite work. I mean, it's cool, but as you see, it's kind of not. It keeps flapping up there, right? It flaps there. We don't want that. We could pin the top edge. Ooh, I kind of like that. Now that works. Now pinning the top edge. See, that was something really simple. It looks good. I don't mind it. But I'm going to make a copy of that cape. Let's get rid of the wave warp. One thing we could do, let's see if it'll let us do this. Create shapes from vector layers. Now we have these shape layers now. They turned gray, but we can go in and change the fill on these. In fact, I'm going to pull up the other cape and duplicate it and then move it a little bit. Actually, I want this darker color. There we go. And in group 2, the fill. We could go in and do a gradient fill. And we'll delete that fill. We'll edit the gradient. Switch those colors around a little bit. And then we'll need to go in and we'll move. It's probably hard to see, but when you have this gradient, then you have these little lines that you can. I don't want to move the whole thing. I just want to move the gradient. There we go. So now we have this nice shape. It's a weird thing it's doing with the merge. But we should be able to go into the paths now. Now we can kind of move if we select these points. We can hit the stopwatch. On both the groups, because there's these groups within here. We have group 1 and group 2 within our cape outline, and we want to create keyframes on the paths for group 1 and group 2, because you got group 1 and group 2. And so on group 1, which should be this one, right? I'm going to move my keyframe indicator ahead. It's like, I've got like a 30-minute composition here. It's from when I was working on a 30-minute video earlier. What's up, Michelle? So we're going to go to 15 seconds. There we go. All right. 15 seconds. More manageable. I'm going to go to about 2 seconds. I'm going to move my cape a little. Oh, it didn't take. Let me go ahead. There we go. All right. Move my indicator. If I move my indicator, then we move it. It's not creating my keyframes. Where's my keyframe? Oh, I can know what these paths are. All right, these paths I don't want. Leading points of feather from the animated math, blah, blah, blah. I don't have an... Okay. Where are those contents at? There we go. There's... Okay. Go down to group 1 path. Let's do that. Now if we move it... Nope, that's still not it. That's group 2 that I'm probably moving all these paths on. Path 1, path 2. No, I don't want to move the cape. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. We're going to drill all the way down to group 1, path 2. All right. So we'll go back up and just get rid of all those other keyframes. All right. There we go. It moved. So it moved. We got that. So we got that part of it moving. Make sure you select the keyframe. I'm going to move that down a little bit more. All right. So I want this to come up a little bit, this to come up a little bit, this to kind of come out, maybe that come in. I'm going to select the first keyframe and then paste it. So now I've got 2 keyframes. It kind of looks wonky, but we'll mess around with it here in a bit. Nope. There we go. I like that. I like that. I mean, it's not perfect, but for now it demonstrates what I'm trying to do because, you know, you'll spend hours going in and tweaking stuff. See you, Jason. What happened to my I'm going to get rid of these other confusing points, and we will go in it and add some stuff back in later. Actually, I'm going to go all the way back out here because I just saw what I can do. There we go. So this I'm going to hide that. And then this path. Show me. There we go. So I'm going to keyframe that path. Then we're going to go up here and keyframe this path. I'm going to move to about 1 second. I'm then going to move these out a bit, and then these other keyframes I'm going to move. I'm going to select those beginning keyframes and then paste them. It's going to be slow at first, but I just want to see it. There you go. I select all of them. I can then hold my Alt key down and then pull them in a bit so they go a little bit faster. What I can then do is copy these 4 keyframes, paste, copy these keyframes, and paste. So we'll get about a 4-second animation. I'm going to select all of them. Hold my Alt key. I'm going to stretch it out to 4 seconds. So now we have this 4-second kind of come on. Obviously, if we want to take some time, we could go in. We can go in and create a better kind of flow to it, put some variation into it. But basically what we want to do is just kind of create a good kind of graphic that you can put on screen that has some motion in it that can loop, right? So I'm going to go to the end of this loop to my outline, my cape outlines. I'm going to trim it to the 4 seconds. I'm going to take that cape outline and we're going to Control Shift C and create a comp out of it, or a pre-comp, and we're going to call this cape loop. Not an MP3, MP4, or you could save as a WebM. Now, what we want to do is get that animation to loop. What we could have done, in fact, I'm going to do that. Let's go we're going to go all the way. We have one loop right there. All right. So we're going to get rid of all these other keyframes. I'm going to trim it. Control Shift C, cape loop. Now it's just a 1 second. It's a 1 second composition. But what we can do is right click on it. We're going to go to time, enable time remapping. I'm going to create a keyframe. I'm going to delete this keyframe. We're going to say loop out cycle. Now, I only created a 1 second loop or 1 second animation, but with loop out cycle, it will now just keep looping. Now we're going to do a little bit of parallax with this. I'm actually going to get rid of the cape 3, cape 2. We're going to create, we're going to make all these 3D layers. I'm going to move this background solid back in 3D space. I'm also going to move the stars back a bit. Oop, not that much. Also going to scale it up a bit. I'm going to change, let me change my view. I want this to be Cinema 4D. I'm going to change the view to, I'm going to save it first. We'll see ya. Custom view 1. So we're going to pull our hero and the cape forward. Not that cape. Our cape loop and our hero, we're going to pull forward. We're going to pull our actual cape just a hair forward. Let's move our solid back. The stars back. The moon back. There we go. Move our roof forward a bit. There we go. Now we can then use that null object and parent everything to the null object. We'll do the city, the roof, and the hero will parent to the null object. I don't want you rendering while I'm doing it, dude. All right, let's start there. We're going to put an anchor point on position. We'll go to about 3 seconds. So this is what we got so far. As it takes forever to render. So we're getting a slight parallax effect happening. I think what I want to do is take the hero. I'm going to leave the hero body connected to the, well, I think we want to connect the hero to the hero body to the roof to the null object, which is, it's there. So the hero body to the roof, the cape loop to the hero body. And I would take the roof, and we're going to move that down in the Y. We're going to set a keyframe. Because as he gets to the 3 second mark, we kind of want him coming up like that, right? And let's see, the moon. The moon. I think we're going to use the moon. We'll also set the a position property there, a keyframe. I think we're going to move that to the 3 second, and then from where it's at the beginning, we'll kind of slightly move that down. So it's like the moon's coming up, you know. So there we go. We're gonna let's put a trim on that. That's what you have me for. I see people watching me. I see people watching. Y'all is crazy. Garfield found my my gilded. You win a prize. There are things in Gilded Grimskull. Just see, I know. I just saw them. Yeah. It's funny. I'm super awesome. We're creating super stuff, superhero stuff. But this is just simple stuff to kind of create like the persistence of motion in some graphics. I'm going to do this type of stuff with a few characters that we can kind of sprinkle throughout David's new comic book look. Which some great super awesome guy designed. Let's see. All right, I want to find something else. I'm going to find this. Let's see if I can find this one graphic that a lot of times it's easier to find stuff. My nose is just, it feels weird. It's itching. A lot of times it's easier to find, you know, something to just base things off of than create from scratch. What graphic? What graphic are you talking about? Oh, it's no clue. Although I did find something that looked kind of cool. Might have to steal that. Might be okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go grab something else. Who's yanking? Who's yanking? Who's what? We don't do no yanking around here. Only chains. Oh, I knew I should have grabbed it when I saw it. Now I'm not going to be able to find it again. It was really cool. Oh. There it is. I think I found it. There's a lot of different All right. I think first I got to download this, then see if I could turn it into a what's up, Scott? I'd turn it into a vector graphic. Wait, can I download it as a, oh, never mind. I can. Failed. Oh, ooh, oh, there we go. Download SVG. Downloading. Bone Factory. DFM. We're going to go to download it to stills. Untitled. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can take this that we just downloaded from Canva as an SVG and turn it into a vector graphic. Right click, open with Illustrator. Clipping will be lost. That's okay. And boom, vector. What graphic you saw this morning? I don't know what you're talking about. Now, this is going to be a tricky one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one done within an hour. Well, let's see. Let's look. 200! Back to 200! Yes! Thank you. Thank you for that sub. All right. A lot of things we got to do here. Now, one of the things with this is most of this is fill. Well, we got to see what is all. We have this dark outline here. So I think we can, if we grab that, we can actually change some colors. It did not put any defaults. Let's go to video and film. Yeah, we can go in and change colors. Our superhero wears a brown jacket. Should we make that a white shirt? Does he wear a white shirt? Because what I got to do is I got to go in and isolate a lot of things here. Yikes! That's brown. I think that can be brown. Well, that's the inside of the jacket. It should probably be a lighter color, shouldn't it? Hot pink for the win. Can we change the color of his hands? Yes, we can. Some of these colors I'm just kind of throwing in here just to see what we can color. Let's see, object, I can select same fill color. Turn that back on. There we go. Oh my God, he has no face. It looks like he has a vagina. Well. I'm gonna kind of make those it needs a bit of gray, right? A bit of gray. That should be kind of a fleshy tone there. A bit of gray. Right. Brown. My man is just chomping at the bit. Chomping at the bit. 198. Oh my gosh. Oh, looks like I lost some of Kevin's friends. It's all right. It's all right. I don't need 200. I mean, I'm happy with my 198. 198 of my closest friends. That's all I need. I had 200. I was there. I was there. That's okay. I mean, I was there. It's it's okay. I know I was there. And I'm gonna count. I'm kind of gonna count my Twitch followers. So I have over 200 followers because there's people on Twitch that follow me. So you know. All right, so David keeps talking about this some badass some badass graphic. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. He's a closet Grimskull hero. I've got to do a lot of kind of what happened to the tie thingy? Something's going on with that the tie's kind of wonky there. So the idea is that with the animation is and I got to do a lot of tweaking is to reveal the logo, do a I'm not really happy. I don't want to say not happy. I'm not satisfied with the shirt emblem. I need to do some work on that. So but that's what I was going to do with let's see, comic logo. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that because David will fucking steal it. For now, I'm going to do some test stuff on this guy here. So I'm going to, let's see, file, let's save as. Hero test. Did he get, do I have a white background there? Let's see. If I end up, there we go. That's what I want. All right. Oh, there's some non-white stuff showing through. There we go. All right. We'll leave that. Caught in its orbit. If all of a sudden I go, oh, gotta go. That's because I gotta go pick up my kid when she gets off work. So let's. I gotta fire up After Effects again. We're going to hero movement. We're going to take this guy. I meant where'd he go? This guy. We're going to use the puppet tool on him. But I think I need to do two things with him. I kind of feel like I want to separate some elements real quick. Mainly his outer jacket body, his outer jacket and hands, his head, and the shirt. I want to separate all of it. So I think what I will do, instead of trying to separate these in elements, I'm going to use clipping masks. I think the first thing I want to the jacket, the hands, all that stuff. So let's take our pen tool. Gonna lock that layer there. Let's turn that into a stroke. Let's turn that stroke to red. I'm gonna thicken that stroke up just a bit. All right. All right, so this should go to object, clipping mask, make. There we go. And then I'm going to take my pen tool. We're just kind of going to go in and kind of get rid of some of these like black lines here. Oops. Just pull it over these black lines. There we go. You can always add some back. Because then what I want to do is I want to create some filler, because when he's pulling his shirt back, I want some red to be in there. And I'm actually going to duplicate that layer. I might be able to go in and why is that not attached? That is not attached either. Why is that not attached? Sorry. Okay. I want you attached. There we go. Clipping group. I'd like to reverse that. I might not be able to do that. I don't think I could do that in Illustrator. So we'll just keep going with what we were doing. All right, so we got this all nice and clipped out. I want to take the shirt. I just want the color. I want to take the color of the shirt. Oops, I didn't mean to make it all red. The color of the shirt with nothing selected, and then I could take my pen tool and then we'll create a shape that I'm gonna move that behind it. I'm gonna move these points in a little bit here. Because when I mask out the jacket and stuff, I'm gonna move that above the layer so that it's Better not be brown. Speak of which, if you ever did not see the flick move, I'll do it every time. I don't know that I've seen it. I'm going to delete that. I'm not delete. I'm going to hide that one. Then I'm going to go to the next layer, and then we're going to do kind of the opposite. Switch that to I'm going to go in close. I'm going to start on the guy's chin. We're just going to kind of keep hitting a button. I'm just going to do something. I'm going to do it really rough, and then we'll go in and refine it here in a bit. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you for all your support, and I hope you guys are having a good evening and your week's going good. All right. I've got that path, but I need to drag it up above it. There we go. So we got our path. We've got our layer. I'm gonna select them both, and I'm gonna go up to object, and we're gonna create a. Oops, what happened? We're gonna make sure they're selected. There we go. Clipping, make, boom. Now there we go. So now we have this 2 layers. Now we just need to move this layer behind. Boom. All right. So I've got the 2 layers that I want to do. First I'm going to save. Save it, and then I'm going to say save as AE. Oops. Hero test AE. Because I'm going to get rid of this layer because I don't need it. I'm going to get rid of the bottom layer because I don't need it. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Photoshop. File new. Control C. I'm going to try to turn these into bitmaps, PNGs, and use the puppet tool that way with the bitmaps. If not, we can go back and do the vector. Vector is easier, but I'm just kind of testing. I would like to see how that works out. Of course, we'll need to do some rearranging. I can't. David's better at the singing than I am. Need to do a little bit of a aligning, right? Because that was like up by his chin. There we go. There we go. Photoshop, I'm going to crop this image. Then I'm going to file save as. Brown jacket hero. Stills. Save that. We're going to then import that into After Effects. Same way we imported the Illustrator file. We can import as, and we're going to say retain layer size. We don't need, we can leave the editable layer styles, but we don't have any on there, or you can merge the layer styles into footage. That means if you have any kind of like, drop shadows or, strokes and all that stuff you put on it in the layer styles with Photoshop, it can leave them editable so that you can animate them, or you can merge them into the footage. They're not there, so it doesn't really matter for me. All right. There he is. There he is. All right. We're going to work with something called the puppet tool. I'm going to put a pin here and a pin here. And I should be able to, first we want to do what's called the pin starch tool, because we don't want that to move. We don't want the shoulders to move. Woo! Delete that. Let's put a starch tool, and the pen position. The whole body's moving. That should not be moving. All right, let's get rid of those pens. All right, there we go. Oh, I went too far. All right. Wrong info panel. I don't want the info panel. That might have been my problem. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. It's kind of what we wanted to. All right. We see that that's moving, but we don't. Okay, I'm going to put a pin there and a pin there. It's kind of warpy, and there's a way to do that. You can sit there and do a kind of a starch kind of deal. I'm going to choose that pin. And we want him to do this. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Kind of what we wanted to do. But as you can see, there are still some sort of issues going on there. So up here, we want that. We kind of want these to stay where they are, right? And not move. So any area that you don't want to move, you kind of want to pin it down. Obviously, there are some. I'm doing this really quick, so there are areas that you can see are not aligned. You know, we can also on the jack, and now we can go to this guy, and I'm gonna pin here, pin here, pin here, pin here. And we can make the guy's head kind of move. Kind of moved real quick, didn't it? Can we move it a little bit more? You know, we could probably put some pins on his hands. So his hands are kind of stretching, but if we move that in a bit. Again, there's going to be some tweaking. All right. So I think that's how I'm going to do the animation. Instead of trying to like separate things, we're going to do some clipping and some masking, and then we're going to create a cool, you know, I mean, what we could also do is like, move these pins in. And then move his elbows out, with it. Just kind of, looks like we may need to do a thing where we pin the belt so the belt area doesn't, put a pin right there. That'll keep that. There we go. Now things aren't moving like they, like we don't want them to. Can we go in closer? I know things are kind of warping, but we could go back out here. Yeah, we may be warping too much, so we can go back to kind of real basic. Again, we can go back in after we get to the basic stuff done. We can go in and kind of. I don't like the way his pants go up and down, though. We need to put that pin back. Put that pin back. Pin. Anyway, looks good. Looks good. I think the gears are turning in that aspect. So again, I am Grimskull, super awesome pixel pushing samurai. I work with Mr. David Foster, as well as other content creators, creating graphics for a variety of needs. We got this cool comic book theme going that we're riffing off of. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow me over there on the Twitter. Follow me on the Twitters. That way you know when I'm streaming. Get a notification over there, and I'll let you know if I'm not going to be streaming that day. It's a good way to kind of keep up with me. I did. Well, yeah, it's just a test. It was just a test for now. But yeah. Catch me on Twitter. If you found anything useful or you got any entertainment out of this stream and you feel like you want to help support a content creator, head over to Buy Me a Sushi. I love sushi. It's a good way to support my channel. It's not required, but it's much appreciated. Now I will be back Thursday at 8 p.m. And maybe we'll be ready to do some more animation on the main graphic that we'll animate. Other than that, everybody have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we will see you out on the interwebs. The internet.coms. Right? Did I say it right? The internet.coms. All right, folks. We'll catch you later. See ya. We're back up to 201. But who's counting?